Stadium in Cincinnati. Today we've got a fun AFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, we thought this could get interesting. Here's interesting, an onside kick to start this thing. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here we go. Now 2nd and 3.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
On the return, Williams.
And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 16. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain.
Going for it, here's Etienne.
Now he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Lawrence will throw. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line.
Now Lawrence. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, They also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
11.
Burrow on third down.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted.
Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Down inside the 10.
And all the way down to the 5. 39 yards there, a big one.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
And they'll run with ETN.
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Once more ETN. And this time he is into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
It's caught, and it's 8-0. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And that's caught one more time by Boyd.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Burrow will throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like he'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Burrow going to get this out to Boyd on the perimeter.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Again, it's Mixon. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter.
1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Burrow going to get this out to Chase. First catch so far by Chase. It's a 1st down.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Mixon is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Mixon again.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals have come back to make it a 2-point game. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Evan McPherson for the extra point.
And it's up and good. So maybe a bit early here to try to match the 2. They're content to trail by 1 at 8-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now Lawrence to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. And that'll be incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Mixon. 50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Burrow looking to pass. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to have it here at their own 15. A nightmare of a first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect you to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Here's Lawrence.
Now he'll dump it underneath to to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
But to throw again is Lawrence. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it.
And he's brought down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll roll him out right.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep.
Oh, an ill-advised throw there, and it's intercepted.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals will have solid field position as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
This is our last chance. Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 55 yards. And the Bengals have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes this a 14-8 ball game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the...
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Here we go. 12, 12, 12. Dot.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Steps away to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Now Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
It's Devin Lloyd with a pick, and the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, right back to Etienne.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
On first down, Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Lawrence will throw.
Flushed out right. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30.
Now Lawrence.
Flush to his right.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
But their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
And this was a little bit of the knock on him coming out of college. Sometimes the concentration could wander a bit. This should have been a big play, but somehow he's not able to corral it.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Lawrence.
Being chased out left. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds. Incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Now Lawrence. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. On 3rd and goal, Lawrence.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Brenton Strange.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
And he is into the end zone to give them a 2-point lead. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team, because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Here we go, here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And they'll start from their own 5, so you'd have to imagine they'll stay conservative.
He's got his man. That's Sample, the tight end. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Burrow will throw.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And oh my goodness, here's a fifth interception.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Lawrence airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this one is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Bengals are going to get it back here just past the 35.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And we'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. First down, here's Burrow. This one hauled in by Sample. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. On first and 10, Joe Burrow dancing to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
A 5-yard gain there makes it first and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll give it to Mixon. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. On second and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. And this is going to be incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
McPherson's kick is good,
and they have regained the lead.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
On third down, here's ETN.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
Buying time to his left.
And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one goes for 30 yards.
Easy, route. Hey, I'm gun. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. 44 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just saw receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there. And then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now it's Burrow on the move to his left. And now here's another interception. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is coming onto the field as he'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And make them 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score. Yeah, the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, not that giving up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent. I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And this lines up a gain of 4 to the 41. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Bengals first down, and he'll have it by plenty as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Mixon will try the right side. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
Joe Mixon,
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
and the Bengals have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third.
We're getting set up for what should be a great 4th quarter. This has been a hard-hitting game because both teams have punched and counter-punched equally well. And here's a good finish to this drive, a touchdown run here late in the 3rd quarter.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. And they're going to speed things up here.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, wide open, complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain of 37. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And that was a dangerous throw there back across the field. But it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Again, it's Lawrence.
It's caught at the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for 28 yards. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And now moving a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Flushed out right. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him, and his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going.
We'll see if they can grab the lead. Either way, what a job their defense did to force the turnover on downs to set up this opportunity.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Mixon running right. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Think right open.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
Another toe for Etienne.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Etienne up the middle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Burrow from his own end zone. Under pressure and down he goes in the end zone. And that's a safety. So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away.
On the return, Johnson. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll start on the ground. Etienne.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
On 1st down, Lawrence
steps away to his left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Lawrence will throw.
Flush to his right. Completes it to Evan Ingram. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there at 22.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
Being chased out left.
He targets Ingram for another grab.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Lawrence.
He'll buy some time right. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
A handoff for Etienne.
down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Travis Etienne with his second touchdown of the afternoon. Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And the Jags will add to their fourth quarter lead.
And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off.
And the Jags will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 12-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air, escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Here's Lawrence.
Steps away. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Now Lawrence down around his goal line.
Eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Jordan Battle.
And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Lawrence's pass intercepted. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Stop.
Connecting on the out route here with Higgins.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Here now, 3rd down.
11, mighty. Stop.
Burrow.
Flushed out right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Joe Burrow
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You could almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Here's Lawrence.
Flush to his right.
Seen this one before. Ingram has another one.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Etienne diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful.
Brendan McManus to kick off for the Jaguars.
And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back. Well, certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Dancing to his left.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it.
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock. We're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover.
Well, this offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down.
Out to his left.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Jaguars have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it.
That is intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals will take over here just shy of the 30. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency.
This ball intercepted. And the Jags are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout, but